Hello, this is Dr. J back with some more Let's Play Hyperlight Drifter. It is now time to do the secrets of the northern zone, having done the eastern and western zones. I think we all know how this goes by now. I'm just going to heavily edit the video to only show the parts where I'm getting secrets, rather than showing me going back through the entire thing over again, which would be kinda redundant, and also be a lot of me just derping around, not knowing what I'm doing. But let's start by grabbing this med kit behind this building because I'm a little low on med kits, having only 3 out of 5 even after getting that one. And once again, a big thank you to Tirage42 for the videos that he posted some years ago showing where a lot of secrets are, because I would have a difficult time finding everything without his videos. Alright, well with that said, let's get to it. And already I nearly overlooked something. Down here. There was a chip fragment, as I call them. Because as I've said, I think the name Gear Bits is dumb. I don't like it. But I have collected this one already. Just a little north of that area, we have this secret marker, which leads to another chip fragment that once again I have already collected. Then, just as we have begun ascending the mountainside and climb the first set of stairs, jump over to this platform, ping the bridge here, and this leads to a monolith, which I have already activated. Then, after climbing up here, down these stairs where it seems like there's nothing, there's actually a chip fragment down here, which I must have already collected, because I'm not picking it up. And coming up between these fluttering pennants, I see a fairly obvious secret over here. Go down these stairs. And despite its obviousness, I apparently missed it on my redo. Chip fragment acquired. Hey, that puts us at 3. I actually might hold on to this rather than getting an upgrade as soon as I reach the teleporter, just because I'm expecting I'm probably going to find more extra weapons, right? That's the pattern we've seen so far. And just in case they're really good extra weapons, I want to leave myself with some upgrade capacity so that I can improve their magazine capacity. Here's one that in my opinion is kind of tricky. Oh, look at that. Oh, never mind. I was going to say it looks like these squares on the side are actually being drawn over the drifter, but they're not. I was wrong. So never mind about that. Anyway, like I said, this one seems kind of tricky. I never did figure out how to get the chip fragment over there. Well, if I had been paying closer attention, I might have seen that there's a glowing light through this window. And if I had paid more attention, I might have seen that there's a secret marker on the floor here. Oh, we can go inside the building. Activate the switch. Gives us a platform that we can use to jump across and get the chip fragment. Sneaky. And here I see what looks like a 10-key door. We should have plenty of keys to open this. We sure do. We didn't have enough when we came here the first time, but now. And what have you got on you, you weird glowing black corpse? Is this another drifter? Kind of looks a little bit like one, but I'm not sure. Oh, we got a new outfit. It looks like kind of a dark blue. Pretty snazzy. We'll put that on when we reach the teleporter. And not one, but 2 chip fragments. Very nice. Anything else in here? Looks like that's it, but that's a very nice prize in and of itself. We come into this cave, which I think is the first of the caves on the mountainside, and there's a secret down here, leading to another monolith, which once again, I have already activated. Here on this ledge, where you first encounter the pink drifter in the northern zone, go up the right stairway, take this alternate path, loop around behind all the shrubbery, and here's a chip fragment, which I have already recovered. I did a better job finding secrets in the northern zone than the western zone, that's for sure. At the top of those same stairs, you can see the secret marker on a ledge here to the west. And sure enough, now there's nothing up here. Hey there, wolves. Can't get to me from over there. But sure enough, there is a secret marker here. Alright, and I feel like I did get this in my recorded run, right? Because I think I mentioned how this guy kind of almost looked like he'd been crucified. But looks like I missed it in my redo. Anyway, it's a power module. Alright, and that brings me up to 6. And yep, sure enough, the power shuts down. So they really do reroute power then. Alright, here in the cave where you encounter the cultists, as I like to call them for the first time. Got a pretty obvious secret marker here. Jump across, bunch more cultists. Okay, my grenade would not go over the edge. That was a little annoying. Doesn't matter. Took care of them easily enough. And what did this guy have? A key card? Probably. But anyway, it leads to a corpse who had something on him. Looks like I already picked it up. Which is not surprising, because again, that one's a pretty obvious secret. Well done to me. Climbing these stairs. Note the secret marker here. Jump down. There was a chip fragment here, which I've already gotten. And just ride the platform back across. And Bob's your uncle. Okay, well, I reached the teleporter, so convenient time to come back and try on the new outfit. See how we look in our fancy new duds. Ah, so this one's a white blade. Actually almost makes it look like a physical sword instead of an energy blade. Alright, I'd say the dark blue looks pretty good. Sets off our very light blue skin rather well. So according to the wiki, this outfit decreases the time between sword/slash combos. So it allows you to attack again sooner after the third strike in a combo. Now, I don't know how dramatic the effect is, but unless it's an incredibly trivial effect, let's test it out over here. Doesn't look like it's a huge effect. Don't know exactly how much it decreases the time by in seconds, but being able to do sword slashes faster is pretty good regardless. Well, time to teleport back now. Okay, when you climb the stairs after the teleporter, you can turn west and take another teleporter, then take the elevator down, and it takes you into this area here. All of which is so obvious I don't think I'd really call any of that a secret. None of that is hidden or anything. However, I did just notice this secret marker on the ground here. Thought my robot... There it is. Alright, takes us to another... Whoa, enemies! Hey, buddy. Nice to meet you. Oh, I missed him. Man, the area of effect on that lunge is not wide. Okay, and it looks like there's a chip fragment that I missed. That brings us up to 4 chips. Anything else? Not that I'm seeing. Oh, and I actually went right by this. Here's something kind of evil. Oh, that's not a wall at all. Keycard number 13. Yeah, I completely missed that one in both of my runs, I'm pretty sure. Aha, and that's how you get to that teleporter and lower those walls. I see, I see. Not much of a secret or particularly well hidden, but when you come into this room with all the crushing blocks, you just chop over the blocks over in this direction, and there is a chip fragment hidden underneath them. Also to the west of the area, to the area right in front of the big power module, if you instead take this elevator down, come to this area, secret marker on the floor, takes you to this little mini library with a chip component or chip fragment. A little deeper in the same area, after this room where you defeat the cultists, secret marker on the floor on the west, leads to a teleporter, which takes us to a power module. Then in this room where you defeat a couple waves of enemies with barricades that lower and come up as you progress through the fight, I noticed a secret marker on the floor over here, and it looks like that just led to another chip component. Now in this area of the town, which this is also, like so many of the things we've been looking at, if you follow the western path from the big power module, hidden behind here is a chip fragment that I somehow managed to miss because it was so sneakily hiding behind that pillar. But now here's something else pretty sneaky, or I don't know, maybe it's obvious. Dash across, and you can kind of see that little bit sticking up with the secret marker on it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I missed this. You can follow it down to here, and yeah, I definitely missed it because here's another chip fragment, and the path continues. All right, and we found a staircase. A really long staircase. Bonk. And holy crap! It's the area where we started our whole adventure. That's really cool. The fact that you can come back to this starting area if you follow this secret path, that is awesome. Also, that is one wild storm brewing right now. Or, not really brewing, is it? Raging. Well, you might remember we passed out when we were going through the tutorial area. And from then the cutscene took over as the Pink Drifter rescued us. What happens if we go back to the tutorial area and we don't pass out? What if we're able to fully explore it? Revisiting old friends. We've come such a long way since our journey began. Here's where we got our first gun. And we learned about shooting switches. Though it didn't teach us about switches that require special guns to shoot them, grrr. Well, that was unfortunate. Interesting. Anything to the south? Looks like, nope, just a dead end. Oh, what if we follow these stairs up? Oh, there's that ominous music. Oh, here's the view of the city. And this is the path where I think we saw the pink drifter had made his campsite. Oh, but what's this? We never got a chance to see this. That antler squirrel's pretty chill about us blowing up those explosive barrels. This whole area seems oddly peaceful, though clearly it was not exempt from the apocalyptic destruction. Well, well, what do we have here? It's all the monoliths that we have found so far. We've found 14 of them. We're just missing 2. This is called the library, I think, or the archives. Something special will happen when we get those last 2 monoliths. And what do we have over here? Chip fragment. And on this corpse, key card number 14. Very nice. What if we take this teleporter? Where could this possibly lead? We're back in town. Wow, check out that bird dude with the awesome headdress. Hey, buddy. You're cool. Let's be friends. Another chip fragment. And we just lowered a barrier that just lets us right back into town. Now, this is great, because instead of having to do a bunch of annoying backtracking through the mountain to get back to the archive when we've gotten all 16 of the monoliths, we have a fantastic shortcut. We just have to go here from town. That is one of the coolest secrets in the game. Taking that incredibly long staircase down that leads you back to your starting campsite. And then you go back through the tutorial area, but this time you're able to do the whole thing. And you find that archive. That's all really cool. I am a really big fan of that secret. Well, we are not done with the northern area by a long shot, though, so... time to return and continue our search. Now, remember this huge open cavernous area where you get attacked from both sides while you're going across these platforms, then you come to here and you have to fight these sorcerer dudes over here? Well, secret marker on the west side of that platform, which allows you to come over here and... How are you still alive? Get wrecked. Find a chip fragment. Which I think is the only thing over here. But hey, chip fragments are cool. There it is. And I'm kind of hurt. Right behind that area where you come to this room and dispatch a bunch more of the cultists and sorcerers. Turns out there is a secret marker on the floor here. And it leads to another power module, which I apparently noticed in my redo because I've already activated it. And a medkit. Now, in the other library, and honestly, this seems a lot more like a library to me than the thing that shows all the monoliths. So I'm going to refer to that area as the archive, and this is the library. I remember for sure that I took this secret area in my recorded run-through, and I went to the north, of course, but what I have since discovered is that you can also go to the south. Yes. For a second I was afraid that wasn't going to work, and I was going to be confused. Takes us to a teleporter that takes us over to this platform where a chip fragment awaits us. And there's another secret over here, which has one of the 2 missing monoliths, only one of those left to activate. And then we go back outside and get yet another chip fragment. We're almost up to 6, which will let us afford 2 additional upgrades. So all kinds of secrets. that you miss if you don't realize, as I didn't, that you can go south from this hallway. Now I already showed this one because I found it myself, but as we know you can also go north. Here's the chip fragment that I got from there. Destroy the books, take this teleporter, kill the cultists, a single grenade does the trick nicely. And there was, what, a chip fragment or something here? I'm sure there was something, I don't remember. Well done to us. And as you may recall, I remember finding this one in my recorded run as well. If you go east past that med kit, it takes you to this secret room, which has another med kit but is otherwise pretty empty. And east from there takes you to another chip fragment, but honestly, the true reward for coming all the way out here is the incredible view. Still awesome. Okay, now back on the mountainside, and I should have gotten this one earlier. But I seem to remember being perplexed by this for my on-screen run, right? Because I shot that and nothing happened and I was all confused. It's because I didn't realize at the time that it has a target on the top of it, which means you need the sniper rifle. Oh, he dodged me. Oh, that was a little bit of a cheap double tap. That's a lot of duders. I see you up there. Ha! 2 for 1. So what's over here? Looks like the path branches. Oh, they're stuck on the railing. My nose itches. Ugh, okay. A moment to scratch my nose. Okay, so we can go down those stairs, but I kind of want to see what's up here first. Ah, a chip fragment. Thank you. And now we're 6, we can afford 2 upgrades. Again, hanging on to those for now. Just in case we get any really awesome weapons that I want to increase the capacity for. Aha, one of the missing power modules. Just one of those to go, and then we'll be able to go through the 8 module door. Looks like that's all that in here, but a power module is always a valuable prize. Now, this is another area I'm pretty sure I came to in my on-screen run that confused me. When you go to the southeast corner of this village, and you kill all these goblins, and again, I probably should have come here earlier. Go down these stairs, and there was a barrier that I was confused by at the time. I now, of course, realize that that arrow means that you have to clear the northern area, and then the barrier goes down. Well, that's a little evil. Oh, okay then. Maybe I should just chain dash through that hallway. Kinda mean to not give me any visibility into the crushing hallway of death. There we go, chain dashing helps with that. I hear the sound of the last power module somewhere in here. I vaguely remember this place from playing this game 5 years ago. It kind of stood out to me. This incredibly dark maze with the crushing blocks. And they're not exactly threatening, but there sure are a lot of these spider drones. Okay, chip fragment, very nice. Okay, a lot of people died in here, it looks like. That's a... Or maybe their bodies were just taken here. Actually, this looks like catacombs. Never mind. Yeah, it's not that they died in here, it's that they were taken here. Some of them were interred, you know, with whatever respect this culture gives their dead. But I doubt that's the case for the piles of bones and skulls just littering everything. Yet more of the aftermath of whatever horrible apocalypse laid waste to this land. Well, hello. Okay, so we're going to need to find something to lower these blocks so we can get at that. Where would that something be? Should be a switch somewhere, I presume. Or we can just come at it from an alternate angle. That works too. That was mean. Do I have to start this area from the beginning? I'm not a huge fan of that. That really felt like a screw you death that there's nothing you can do about unless you just know it's coming. So that, yeah, not thrilled with that one. Usually this game seems pretty fair, but that one was a bit of a middle finger to the player. So what's down this way? Is this the way that I went last time as well? Kind of seems like it. Although it seems very mazy, it's actually fairly linear, isn't it? It's just that the darkness makes it seem mazier than it is. Okay. We know that there's a screw you death block coming up. There it is. Hey there, buddy. Ah, okay. I hear another one. Oh, and I can hear the power module again. There it is. And that's the last one. Beautiful. You know what? Okay, rather than going back through that death trap, let's just teleport back to here, because I'm sure we all remember where that 8-module door is, right? Right up these stairs. Then we take a right, go down the stairs. And there it is. I'm expecting another big, pretty cool area, because that's what's been beyond the other 8-module doors. Along with some significant challenges. Probably a new gun and a new outfit. Okay, we've got a nice waterfall. Whoa. Ugh. Okay, let's not get in a sniper fight with a security turret shooting at us. You have to attack them a little earlier than you think you do. Or, I say you, but I guess I mean I. I see you, secret marker. Thank you. Whoa. Excellent. Okay, well, that was cheap. What the heck? Where are these guys coming from? Okay, anybody else? Okay, so if I go to the east instead of the west, it leads me to this. And I didn't realize I was even going in a different direction, so I wasn't recording. So I had to frantically start recording in the middle of it. Okay, apparently going to the east from that starting area leads to a chip fragment. Can I jump over to the... Whoa, no time to ponder that question. All the obstacles in the way, it makes these guys harder to deal with. I'd like to just stand somewhere way out in the open. I see you, secret marker. When they just have an open field to dive at you, it actually makes it easier because they don't get hung up on stuff and throw off your timing. Okay, yet another chip fragment. Hey, so there's that pink mutagen stuff even here. It's not just in the southern desert zone. Interesting. Wonder what the significance of that is. Is this anything? I see you, secret marker. I see you, but... Are you meaningful? Can't ping my dude. Let's see. Aha, what's this? How does one get there? I don't see any switches I can shoot. No idea. Oh, hey buddy. Get wrecked. This is pretty tame for an 8-module secret area so far. Of course, now that I've said that, I'm probably about to get wrecked. Satisfying. That was unfortunate. The staggered timing of that guy's shots and the diving dudes, I just didn't really cope with it. Oh, okay. He got me in death, or at least he hit me in death. Thanks for the chip fragment, though, loser. Well, somebody was sacrificed in a horrible blood ritual here. These vultures, they're as nasty as the frogs. Genocide all of you. You'd have it coming. Oh, hey guys. Anything of interest? Well, a med kit. Looks like that's it. Okay, this looks like a combat arena. No, bad timing. Whew. I need to swing earlier. I swing too late when they're coming at me. I take a lot of hits because of that mistake. I can also just use my gun. There we go. That's going a bit better. Oh boy. Thankfully, the guy on the right was a gentleman and didn't double team me. Well, this is disappointing. Streamlabs, my recording software, screwed up a bit, and I lost a little bit of footage. Frustrating. But anyway, I finished fighting this this cool arena battle, and it was really nice. I liked it. And then I came to the north here, and here was the last monolith and a chip fragment. And so I activated the monolith, collected the chip fragment. You really didn't miss much, but it's just frustrating when I lose footage because of either a mistake on my part or because my recording software is screwed up. But anyway, we should have all 16 monoliths now. And also, we now learn where this final teleporter, or what leads to that final teleporter, how you reach it. So yeah, I guess I must have found all 4 monoliths in the desert zone on my own. I wasn't really keeping track, but tautologically, that has to have been the case. Now that we have all 16 monoliths, that means that we are ready to return to the archive. Using the convenient shortcut from town. I know, Central Gate. You've been waiting for a while. We've got a lot of secrets to find still. Hey, buddy, you're still cool. Oh, he's got an egg. Wonder if he's an escapee from the evil vultures to the north. Anyway. Yep, that's all 16. Which now we should be able to activate this altar. And we get another outfit. I don't know, tan, brown, beige. Each monolith you activate opens up a new one of these tablets. And these tablets aren't the same as the monoliths we've already activated, I don't think. I think they say something different. I believe that's the way it works. And so now we get new backstory, if you translate this. And the new backstory, I'm going to go ahead and bring up on the wiki. Okay, yes. So, what this says, we have the full thing now that we have found all 16 of the monoliths. It says, harnessing a great wellspring, a perfect immortal cell was crafted to be imbued within all sentient life. A noble goal, though such a power terrified others and brought ruin, as its purpose was transmogrified. The abhorrent cell still festers deep in the chambers of this world. That is a very illuminating bit of lore right there. And now that we've uncovered that, I'm ready to share a lot of my interpretation of the story of Hyperlight Drifter. So what do we know? We know that we had a very high-tech civilization in the past, that some kind of apocalypse was triggered that brought everything into the horrible ruin we see today. We know that there were 4 giants who looked like they were going on some kind of rampage, all of them are now dead. Looks like their corpses have been festering for a very long time. We know that our character, the Drifter, is suffering from some horrible illness in which he coughs up blood and sees visions of some horrible shadow creature that kills him. We also know that at least one other Drifter was suffering from pretty much exactly the same symptoms, and that both of us are also being guided by some kind of spirit dog vision, which I continue to refer to as Anubis. There are possibly other Drifters besides us who might suffer from the same malady, but that's a little more speculative. And then what we've learned from the monoliths that we've discovered, and then this text here in the archive, is, let's see. So for the East Zone, it didn't really tell us anything all that enlightening. The North Zone, depending on how you interpret it, kind of does, where it says rifts crafted, dangerous potential. Remember, the North Zone monoliths said transcendence, faith, immortality, rifts crafted, dangerous potential, a foundation for faith and violence, a loss of self, a narrow path traveled, which is mostly just sort of a cryptic description of that northern civilization, I think. But that part about rifts and dangerous potential makes me think that maybe they found a way to open rifts in space-time and reach out to other dimensions. Again, this is very speculative. The story of this game is very open to interpretation. So a lot of what I'm saying, it's not canon. It's me trying to put together the pieces. The Western Zone didn't have too much illuminating to say either. The Southern Zone had maybe the most illuminating stuff of all of the zone monoliths. That one said, overwhelming wonders and power, desperate hunger for progress, distortion of life, devouring body. Right, that's all fine. That all, again, just sounds like a cryptic description of the Southern civilization. But then the final part, where it says, the first victim of the invasion. That line is huge. I think I said this already, but without that line, you could interpret all of the backstory of this game as purely an internal disaster and a civil war. But that line obliterates that as a possible interpretation. If there was an invasion, some outside force attacked us. Now let's combine all of that information with, I'll go ahead and read it one more time, what the archive says. The archive text that we unlocked by getting all the monoliths is, harnessing a great wellspring, a perfect immortal cell was crafted to be imbued within all sentient life. A noble goal, though such a power terrified others and brought ruin as its purpose was transmogrified, the abhorrent cell still festers deep in the chambers of this world. Now, combine all that together with the developer clearly using this game as an outlet for his experiences combating a deadly disease. And clearly a lot of this game is a metaphor for coming to grips with mortality. That diamond that we see in our visions, and a little bit of a spoiler here, that diamond is what lurks deep underground and is what we're going to find in the final area when we take that big central gate down there. That is obviously the perfect immortal cell that is mentioned in the archive here. And so apparently this civilization became obsessed with trying to defeat death. And so they created that thing, that cell, to try to give immortality to all of their citizens. It then says, such a power terrified others and brought ruin as its purpose was transmogrified. Now that part you could interpret in a variety of ways. Combined with everything we know, my interpretation of that is that this civilization basically pissed off the gods by trying to pursue immortality, or some hyper-advanced civilization that is analogous to gods or has power like gods, that they modified the immortal cell so that instead of granting immortality, it caused widespread, horrible death And that's why we find just mountains of corpses absolutely everywhere. A lot of them having seemingly died while doing peaceful things like playing cards at a card table. That immortal cell was keeping them alive, granting them immortality, but the cell got corrupted by this other force that I'm going to call the gods, but it could just be powerful aliens, another powerful civilization, it could be anything. They corrupted it, causing it to, like I said, bring widespread death and destruction instead of immortality. And they also sent the giants as further punishment to wreak havoc on this civilization. The survivors, with their very high-tech weaponry, because clearly this civilization was extremely advanced, were able to defeat the giants, but not until the giants had basically reduced civilization almost to a state of savagery, in combination with the corruption of the cell having killed so many people. Now, what does that mean for our character, the Drifter? Well, it seems that we're extremely long-lived, because that cutscene kind of suggested that we were alive back when the giants were attacking. And the giants have clearly been dead for a very, very long time. At least decades, probably centuries, actually. But we are dying, it seems. We are coughing up this blood, having these visions. Things are just not going well for us. So our goal is to open up that central gate and gain access to the corrupted immortality cell. Now, I would have been tempted to interpret that our race, the Drifters, still have enough of the immortality effect that we can't die as long as that cell is still active, but we can get sick and wounded. And so we have some kind of illness that would be terminal, and it's causing us immense pain and suffering, as you can see from how we're just coughing up blood everywhere. And we basically want to accept death by going, finding that cell, and destroying it so that we can finally die and not have to keep living suffering with this disease. But the fact that the pink Drifter succumbed to the disease and died kind of acts as that particular theory or interpretation of what's going on. So what's the significance of the fact that our character, the Drifter, has this disease? The fact that we see those visions of that horrible monster, well, I don't know if I want to say this yet, because this really is very spoilery if you aren't familiar with this game and haven't seen how the final boss fight goes down. So I guess I'll leave the rest of this discussion for after we actually have the final boss fight. So yeah, we'll finish this discussion then in order to avoid spoilers. But that's a lot of, or most of, my interpretation of the story. I mean, there's a lot of other possible ways to interpret it as well, but I think the way I'm interpreting it is at least logically consistent and makes sense with what the game has shown us, what the translated monoliths and archives say. It at least makes sense. Whether it's correct or not, that's up to the player to decide. Anyway, this discussion has been going on for quite a while, but I just think it's really interesting trying to interpret the lore of this story. We're making a lot of progress, but we do still have more secrets to find. So we're still not ready to go on to the final boss. So we continue with our secret hunting in the next episode. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I'll see you then.